Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me. I'm currently on what's referred to as the Mount of Olives. If you look behind me, you'll see the tomb of Jesus Christ underneath the gold dome. Been here in Jerusalem about 4 hours, and I gotta say, so far in Israel, it's one of the cleanest cities. It is the cleanest city I've seen, and actually seems the most peaceful. There's definitely a large Christian presence here, as well as Jewish, and there's also a large Islam presence. One thing that I experienced that kind of surprised me is there's armed military preventing you from going to the Islam area, saying that only Islam's allowed in there. It just, to me, it just kind of sat wrong. But maybe they've had some threats or whatever. It's not my place to try to figure it out. I must say that the whole time being here in Jerusalem and in Israel, honestly, is what keeps going through my head is whether it's Islam, whether it's Judaism, whether it's Christianity, it's all the same story, with just the names changed. I mean, if you truly listen to, say, King James version of the Bible, you know, the New Testament, and you listen to it as if it's instructions on how to wake up so that you can become one with your God. Nobody can tell you who your God is. Nobody can tell you your truths. But if you truly just listen to Jesus's words, you'll realize these are instructions on how to wake up. And yes, he does say that, you know, the key is through him, in his name. Well, yeah, because if you do not listen, if you do not believe, if you do not have faith within what he says, then you're not going to understand the riddles. Of course he's, you know, Son of Man. And yes, he's Son of God. We all are. But what bothers me is how much everybody in the world judges each other. You know, you look at Buddhism. Buddhism is instructions on how to gain your consciousness, how to wake up. Christianity, Jesus' story is how to gain your consciousness, how to wake up and be one with your God. Judaism, the same thing. I mean, each one has just altered the same story just a little bit and changed the names. Why can the world not step back and realize that it truly is all the same story? That if we all truly choose to just wake up and love ourselves and become one with the God within us, the Holy Spirit within us, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. If you truly just learn how to love, we truly can solve all the problems of the world. But hey, I know it's not going to happen. You guys know it's not going to happen. We're not going to solve all the problems of the world without the world getting incredibly horrible first. Look at all the signs. I've met here in Jerusalem so many people from Oregon. How's that possible? So many Americans that have moved here. There's so many Russians, Ukrainians, all over the world. You know, yes, granted, a lot of them are Jewish, and I get that. But the ones that are running from America, and the Russians that I've talked to, and I told them that, honestly, I'm kind of ashamed of what we've become in America. They're like, they highly recommend that I don't go back because what they've heard's getting ready to happen. I'm not trying to come up with a conspiracy theory. All you guys have to do is take the time and look look up current events, look up world news, stop and think, okay, give yourself the slightest bit of credit that you can figure out truly what's getting ready to happen. I mean, I'm now standing in Jerusalem on the Mount of Olives. If you don't know the significance of that, look it up. I'm not going to tell you the significance, because one thing I know that it seems like nobody else in the world tends to know is if you change one single word of what God said or one single word of what Jesus said, you create a lie. Now, how many times have their words been repeated? I mean, you take the New Testament, Jesus says specifically in there, do not repeat what has happened when he does a miracle. Stop and think, how are you knowing about it? Somebody went against what he said and they repeated it. Wake up, people, please. You know, just listen. Don't read it. Listen to the New Testament. It only takes 20 hours. Don't have any distractions. Just listen with your heart. And you're going to see how black and white it is. And then, if you really think that you can handle it, listen to Revelations. By then, surely you'll wake up. Because if you haven't woke up by then, I honestly don't know if you will. Significant people in my life that have argued with me, you know, that have refused to believe that there was 2 attempts on my life. They took the word of an extremely non-conscious person, one who says he doesn't believe in any of this religious stuff, we'll say. He doesn't believe in any spiritual stuff or consciousness or any of that. He's incredibly pessimistic, but yet people want to believe his opinion when he never even went in my home and saw, he never even watched the videos or anything. And when the significant person in my life took his word over mine, it really makes you realize how some people truly have a child's mind. I can't tell you what to believe, but I can tell you how to find out what you believe, because right now, it seems like most people tend to go off what somebody else tells them they're supposed to believe. When the truth is black and white in front of you, all you have to do is listen. Listen to your heart. Anyway, as you can tell, it's incredibly hot. And we just hiked up. I say we. I have Rom with me. Hey, Rom, you want to come out here?
Yeah.
Those of you who saw when we were at the cave of Facade, go ahead and step up. There we go.
Yeah.
We've been hanging around the whole time in Israel together. And because honestly, we're on the same mission.
Same way, yeah.
Yeah, had no plan. Neither one of us knew exactly what to do when we got here. We just knew we were supposed to be here. And I honestly, I feel he's about the closest human being on earth I have. He's truly feels like family to me, way more than my own family does. But
Same to me, yeah.
yeah, and when I say that, you know that's true. You know how I feel. And this isn't for cinematics. This isn't for drama. This isn't for anything. This is simply because you have 2 human beings that are willing to sacrifice everything to just try to help people learn how to love themselves. Because if you love yourself, you can find your truths. If you don't love yourself, how can you possibly know what your truth is? But anyway, is there anything you want to say, my friend?
Try to love each other, I think.
Yeah.
And stop judging is the most important thing you can do.
Absolutely. And if you guys didn't catch that, because unfortunately my second mic is dead right now, he just reconfirmed, love each other, you guys. Look around in the world, there's so little of love. And if you truly love each other, you will not judge each other. How much love do you hear? How much negative do you hear? If you hear negative, you're not hearing love. If you hear positive, you're hearing love. But I'm going to try to record again tomorrow. I'm near Jesus' tomb. I plan on meditating there as long as they'll let me to. It's not because I think I'm anything special. Trust me, you guys have proven to me that I am nothing special. But I don't need to be anything special. All I need to be is one with my God. Because being one with my God, I'm not lonely, I'm not sad, I'm not happy. I'm just content. And if I could truly find a cave somewhere that people would leave me alone and let me live, I would spend the rest of my life that way, and I would be content. Because all I want to do is what I know in my heart is right. And all of you guys, deep in your heart, you know what's right. You just don't want to give up your comforts. And if you think that, say, Jesus knows that you can only handle so much, I ask you, where in his words does it say that? Because trust me, I know him incredibly well, and I never found it anywhere in his words. So what non-conscious human being is telling you that, oh, take your time, it's okay, or Jesus understands if you keep slipping up? That's you feeling sorry for yourself. Please, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Start loving yourself, because if you truly love yourself unconditionally, undeservingly, like the only real love, then you absolutely would not feel sorry for yourself. But you can tell my energy's a little stronger today, because I literally just did the walk that Jesus did, where he was basically condemned to death. He had to pack his own cross. And you know, as I sit there, I think, what kind of species are we? How could we possibly feel that it's okay to do something like that to another human being? That all was trying to do is teach each other how to love, how to not sin, how to just live a wholesome life. And as I was there, you know, a lot of tourists, you know, like I guess myself, a lot of tourists were going in and out of the building. And I would see them do token gestures and, you know, doing the walk and talking amongst themselves and stuff. But, you know, all I felt was, I truly wanted to puke. I wanted to bawl. Because how could people judge him like that when all he was doing was acting from his heart? He did nothing wrong. But yet we still have religions that believe what he did was wrong. I'm not saying that I am against any religion. I know that God is within every single religion, because it's the same story. We could not have so many billions of people believing really close to the exact same story if God was not within all of them, because in our heart, that's where God is. That's why we believe it. But I truly love you guys. I don't know how much longer I will be spending in Israel. Not much. I'll be going either to Thailand, the Philippines, somewhere inexpensive, so that I can just be for a while, so that I can clean up the documentary, make it, I guess, more interesting, so that people will want to listen, because the average person only wants to listen about, 6.8 minutes on an hour-and-a-half video. I get it. I know you guys might think I'm narcissistic. That's why I'm doing it. I assure you I'm not. I have nothing left. There is no narcissism here. All this here is pure love for myself. And because I truly love myself, I truly love you guys, and all I want to do is help you wake up. I hope you guys have a great evening. Well,
Yeah, I'm right.
talk to you
Thank you,
later.
guys.
Bye bye.